Dear brothers and sisters, today let us reflect on the third antiphon, O stock of Jesse. You stand as a signal for the nations. Kings fall silent before you, whom the peoples acclaim. O come, deliver us, and do not delay. Stock of Jesse is a metaphor found in prophet Isaiah. Here the term stock of Jesse figuratively stands for the Messiah. In the Old Testament, we read that the people of Israel were God's chosen nation because of the covenant made between them at Mount Sinai. But as the days pass on, Israel was not faithful to that covenant. As a result, they lost the protective presence of God in their life. But God, being merciful and kind to the people of Israel, came to their aid through prophet Isaiah with the promise that he will raise a king out of the burnt tree of Israel, who will rule over all the nations and also a signal for all the nations. For there is a hope for a tree, if it is cut down, that it will sprout again. Job 14:7. So God will not forsake us, but show His mercy and love. Through this we see nothing is impossible for God. Even the very word impossible says, I am possible. The manifestation of the divine being. Further, the prophet Isaiah would recall in 11:1, the Messiah of Israel, a king filled with God's own Spirit, and will bear abundant fruit. The stem or stump is all that is left of a once mighty tree after it had been cut down. In contrast to the burned out stumps of Assyria, God has brought forth a green shoot. The lineage of David is not completely dead. God is sovereign. The messianic branch David, the eternal king, will reign over his people. Now, when we speak of the birthplace of Messiah, Jesse often appears in this context. When we look at the status of Jesse and David, Jesse was always of lower rank than David, yet Jesse becomes path which God chooses for the Messiah to come. It was also out of the stock of Jesse that the rod was to come forth. So as it is clearly foretold that the branch should spring from the family of Jesse, this is how exactly describes the birth and lineage of Jesus Christ. So dear brothers and sisters, let us reflect on how we are faithful to the new covenant of God that we have in and through Jesus Christ, who is the stock of our Christian life.